but few, as many maidens would be.
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream of people lost their goddamn minds. That's the question today. A lot to talk about, man. I can't lie. We have Kovacic news, we have Grealish news, we have McAtee news, and why Friday is going to be the biggest day when it comes to transfers for Manchester City, because we've got a lot to talk about, man. But smash these likes up on the way in. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Get these likes up, man. Got to get to 100 likes rapid. And I hope you guys are having a great day, man. It's, what is it, Wednesday? They call it the hump day. I heard someone call Wednesday a hump day. I was like, what the fuck are you calling it a hump day? You're going to get frisky in a bedroom or something. Apparently, it's not to do with that. Apparently, it's because it's in the middle of the week. So it's the hump day. I've never heard of this in my life. But yeah, anyway, smash these likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Listen, boys, I don't know, man. I'm confused. I'm confused. And I know I've got a poll running in the chat already, right? So I can already see that, like, some people don't agree with me, right? 23% of you guys don't agree already. But that's cool. Put your comments in the chat and make sure you guys are voting on the poll. Let me pull it up on screen. I don't get it. I don't understand some people's thinking, and you're going to have to help me because, like I say, 25% of you guys in the chat don't agree with me. So you guys are going to have to help me. Kovacic is expected to be part of Manchester City's plans next season, right? It gets even freaking weirder, mate. Kovacic has received approaches from the Saudi Pro League. Did I not say you'd get approaches from the Saudi Pro League in recent weeks? But he's focused on Man City. Club management and staff also keen on keeping him as part of the squad. I'm sorry, I just don't understand this. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling to understand why, if we get approached from Saudi Arabia, why we wouldn't be looking at that. I just think it's insane. Like, look at the amount of players we have, chat. Yeah? People are saying, oh, well, you know, he can be part of the squad. We don't need him to be part of the squad, no. You've got Rodri as a 6-1. Remember, realistically, yeah, there's only two positions Kovacic can play in. The 6, which I don't really like him in the 6, or the 8, yeah, or a double pivot, right? He can't play further forward because he's not good enough, right? We all know that, right? It's only two positions. Rodri's better than him, so he's not going to be playing there. Tijani Reinders, I imagine we all agree he's probably better than Kovacic next to him. So that's two players already ahead of him. Now, we already know for a fact that Bernardo Silva's going to be ahead of him in the pecking order, yeah? Because he's the captain of the football club. That's 3. Yeah. Then there's that guy. Don't know if you remember his name, chat. Yeah, it's called Nico Gonzalez. Don't know if you remember his name. Signed him from Porto, about 50 million quid. Don't know if you guys remember him, but he is still a Manchester City football player. I'd like to think, given the football club shelled out £50 million for him, that he's above a 30-year-old Kovacic. That's 4 players, right? That's 4. So he's already, in my opinion, 5th at the best. And then adding to the fact that you've got players like Nico O'Reilly, who's just signed a new contract. I think, is that official? Well, anyway, he's staying, signed a new contract, who can play in midfield. He can play in the 8, maybe not the 6, although Pep Guardiola did say 2 years ago Nico O'Reilly can play in the 6. Let's glaze over that for a second. And let's just say that the 8, that's another player. And on top of that, we still have Rico Lewis, who's a midfielder who can play in the 8. I just don't get it. I don't understand. And then I put this on there. I thought everyone was going to agree with me. People are disagreeing and saying, nah, it's chill. I don't understand why anyone would say you need to keep him. And then people are like, well, hang on a minute. It was one of our better midfielders last year. Yes, he was one of our better midfielders last year. First of all, with all due respect, it's not really anything to shout about. Yeah. Again, with all due respect, given how shit our midfield was last year. Yeah. But at the same time, that's not a reason to keep him. That's not a reason to keep him. The facts are the facts. We already have Rodri, Reinders, Nico Gonzalez, and Bernardo, who should all, for various different reasons, be ahead of Kovacic in the pecking order. Adding to the fact that we have young players that we can develop in midfield, like Nico O'Reilly and Rico Lewis. And I just do not understand. I do not understand why you keep a Kovacic. It's not about Kovacic. It's not really about him saying, it's not like I'm sitting here saying he's crap. I actually think Kovacic is a decent player, but he's a decent player. He's no more than a decent player. He's a good player. Yeah, but like I just don't understand why you keep him. Like, I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand like why we've got it. So then people are obviously replying on here. I mean, he's better than 3 of those. You know, people are telling me he's better than Nico Gonzalez. Well, if he's better than Nico Gonzalez, then that's another £50 million that we've wasted. Because if we paid 50 million quid for Nico Gonzalez and you try to tell me Kovacic is better, that's another £50 million that we've wasted on midfielders. First Phillips, then Nunes, then Kovacic. 150 million. Probably should have just bought Bruno Guimaraes for 100 million quid. I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand why you'd keep him. And if you've been offered or Saudi are sniffing around Kovacic, surely you'd be like, yeah, we'll do that deal. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. What, you're telling me he's going to play above Nico Gonzalez? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, man. If he plays him above Nico Gonzalez, yeah, we've got to accept that Nico Gonzalez is a failed transfer. If he can't play above Kovacic, you've got to accept it. I'm not having that. I'm not having people telling me Nico Gonzalez is not a failed transfer if Kovacic is still above him in the pecking order. And again, I'm not trying to suggest Kovacic is shit. I think he's a good player, but he's just a good player. I thought this whole rebuild was to get rid of good players, yeah, and get better players. I don't know, man. Listen, I've tried to remain positive on this thing. People have been saying to me, LB, you know, he's going to play the unks. He's going to play the unks. And I've been saying for the last 2-3 weeks, I've been saying to everyone in the chat, I've been saying, no, he's not. He's not going to play Kovacic and fucking Bernardo in the same team. He's going to get, you know, Kovacic will leave at the end of the window. And, you know, but the people who've been saying this in the chat, I'm starting to feel like you might be right, man. How can you keep Kovacic when you've got these players? And like, what we're doing with Rico Lewis, I thought we all agreed Rico Lewis is not a right back. I thought we all agreed that. So where's Rico going to play then? Is he behind? You'd think he's behind Kovacic, and you'd think he'd be behind Nico. Is he now 7th choice midfielder? Is he going to be happy with 7th choice midfielder, or actually is he going to be playing right back way more than we had anticipated? I just don't get it, man. I don't understand if you had Saudi Arabia. And by the way, this is a good sauce, by the way. So it's not even like a shit sauce. Simon Bajovsky, mate. So like, this is obviously legit. I just don't understand why, if you had Saudi Arabia at the door, why you'd say you need to keep him when you've got Reinders, Nico G, Rodri, Bernardo. That's four players for 2 positions. Yeah, which I might suggest might be a little low, but then you've also got Nico O'Reilly, who, whether you rate him or not, surely if the club's given him a new contract and he is a midfielder, and Rico Lewis, I think, is a midfielder, that's an extra 2. Surely that's enough, no? I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't want to see another. No, it's not. I don't even think it's him, bro. I don't even think it's him. I don't even get it. What makes you think Pep won't play the unks again? I don't think he'll play the unks because I feel like, bro, like, how can you play them when you've got Rodri, Reinders and you know, Nico Gonzalez? If Nico Gonzalez doesn't get proper game time this year and like actual try and get in the team, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck have we signed him for? And this is why I get annoyed, man. It's because when I was like doing streams like a year ago or whatever, yeah, and I was saying, get Bruno Guimaraes, 100 million quid. I had these people saying, all you want is the best players. We can't just go and buy £100 million players all the time. We spent 150 million quid on 3 midfielders, Phillips, Nunes, and Nico G. And listen, I'm still hopeful that Nico G works out. But I feel like some people just ignore certain things. You know what I mean? It's weird. They just ignore certain things. Oh, we can't just go for Bruno G and spend 100 million. We can't just go for Tonali. We can't just go for João Neves because it's not FIFA, and we can't just spend all the money while simultaneously just completely ignoring the fact that the club spent 150 million pounds on 3 midfielders who, at the moment, are not playing in midfield. They're all still here, by the way. Phillips still employed by Manchester City Football Club. So's Nunes. So's Gonzalez. I am hopeful for Gonzalez, and I can't believe that this is true. I don't think this is going to happen, man. But I don't know. I'm not even like pissed off or like annoyed, even though it probably sounds like I am. I'm probably just dehydrated, which is why I'm trying to drink all this water. I want to see Gonzalez play. Like, is that such a bad thing? Is that such a bad thing? Am I a bad person for wanting Nico G, our £50 million player, to have some game time over Kovacic? It's not even like I don't like Kovacic. I like Kovacic. Don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting here saying Kovacic is shit. I think he was one of our better players last year. Yeah, he was one of our better players. I think he's had a fantastic career. He's a top professional. I think he's a good football player. But I'm looking for more than good. I'm looking for better than good, because that's what wins you titles. I don't know, man. I need to chill, man. Let me have some of this water, man. I'm probably getting too stressed in it, but like, I'm getting worried, man, because everyone's been telling me in the chat for time saying LB, he's going to play the Yunks. I've been like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And now I'm like, yo, have these guys been right? And I've been wrong all along. I've been trying to be positive, and now I'm like getting worried that it's not going to happen. LB, if they're getting Gundogan still here, I've not forgot Gundogan's still here. I'm assuming he's going to leave. Otherwise, then I'm completely stunned as to what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't understand why, if you had Saudi knocking at the door, why you wouldn't be like pushing him towards Saudi, man. Just don't really get it, to be honest with you. Anyway, let me see what you guys are saying on this one, man. Yeah, I'll come to super chats in a second, boys. I just want to read some of you guys' comments out first, man. Squash says Kovacic, Gundogan, Lewis staying at the club is wild. Get rid of him, reinvest the money in the squad. I think Lewis is the last one that should be sold out of them three. I'm looking at the future. I'm looking for the future. I'm looking forward. Gundogan is not our future. He's our past. Amazing past, but he is our past. Kovacic could be our present. Yeah, he's not going to be our future, but he could be the present if we didn't already have 4 other midfielders and youngsters that, in my opinion, should be ahead of him. That's the point I'm making, man. Let's see what you guys are saying on the chat. Big up, perfect. By the way, yeah, I'm waiting for the Nice team to be dropped. And if Juma Bar is starting for Nice in the Champions League against Benfica, I'm doing a watch along on second channel. I've already got the thumbnail. It's all ready. I'm just waiting for the starting 11s. So as soon as the starting 11 comes out, if anyone can let me know in the chat, and we'll go from there. Big up, Perfecto says, thank God we sold KDB. He was happy to stay on 150k. Yeah, again, that would be kind of insane, no? If you kept Kovacic. So you're telling me, yeah, you could have kept KDB on 150k a week, but you didn't, and you kept Kovacic. That would for me would just be that would be wild. That would be insane. Big up Perfecto again says, if the only unk that goes is KDB, what the fuck are we doing? Yeah, again, spot on. I think that's absolutely insane. Emmanuel says, we still haven't replaced Sterling back post runs. Yeah, we actually spoke about this last night on the channel. Hopefully Doku can add that to his game. Hopefully Pep Linders helps him do that. I think Pep Linders is going to be massive on that part, bro. But yeah, we need our wingers to chip in with more goals, man. Savio 1 goal, Doku like 5 goals. We need more goals from our wingers, absolutely, bro. Big up Vitsier, man. Says Pep is just going to play the granddads of the team this season, occasionally bring on someone useful. He loves them too much. One year, by the way. This is what I'm saying over to, like, for me, I don't think Pep's going to do it, even if they're still here. But I think Viana needs to get rid of these players to force Pep not to play him, just in case. I'm hoping and praying, and I'm optimistic Pep isn't going to be playing a midfield of Kovacic, Gundogan, and Bernardo anytime soon, yeah? But the fact is, they don't need to be here. They don't. Thank you for everything you've done. It's not a hatred thing. It's not like, get out of my club. It's just a fucking facts, innit? Innit, chat? It's just a facts. We don't need them anymore. Like, we're looking forward. You can't just hold on. Some of our fan base thinks you can hold on to players until they're 40 years old. You got to move them on sometimes. You got to say, thank you for everything you've done. You've been paid handsomely. Thanks for everything you've done. Some of these players are legend, but then we need to move you on because you support Manchester City Football Club first. You support the club. Players come and go. You can't just keep players forever. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, otherwise, if you do that, you accept that you're going to get shit. You accept it because then you're going to accept that you're going to get shit when the players get to 35 years old. So you got to accept. Why would you do that? Stupid, man. Plus, you're also just going to fuck the youngsters off as well. Sorry, youngsters. No time for you in the team because we're playing a 35-year-old instead who can't run. Like, come on, man. I just don't understand why you wouldn't have accepted the bid or like, you know, if the offer was there from Saudi Arabia, why we wouldn't do that? I don't know, man. I'm confused. I am confused. Can we just wait and see? I'm fine with having an extra pair of legs with our injured luck. If Pep still starts the old players' fares until then, relax. The other thing is, though, William, yeah, do you think we really need Kovacic? I ask you again, right? There's two positions that he can play in, right? You've got Rodri, you've got Tijani Reinders, you've got Bernardo Silva, and you've got Nico Gonzalez. 4. On top of that, you then have youngsters in Nico O'Reilly, who's just been given a new contract, and Rico Lewis. You've got 6 players. 6 for 2 positions. Like, I just don't think you need Kovacic as well. I just don't think so. I just think it's, again, you're just blocking the path of youngsters. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it, bro. I don't think you need him. I just don't think you need him at all. I think for me, like, it's... I think it was a good signing, and I think he's done a pretty good job since he's been here. But that doesn't mean he needs to stay forever. And I think you've got enough. I think you've got enough, man. I think you've got enough. Big up Steve, how he's saying, Breaking Bad final boss. Oh, don't you try to flip the switch on me now, yeah? Yeah, just because you're getting rattled because of a beef for final boss. Funny guy, bro. Yo, big up Salmon as well, says, Unks are playing against easy teams, I'm fine. Bro, I don't mind keeping 1 or 2 of them, yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I do actually mind. I think Bernardo's staying. I don't see, to be honest with you, yeah, I actually see more room for Gundogan in the team than Kovacic, because at least Gundogan can play further forward. Real talk, man. We just said Kovacic can only really play in 2 positions, the 2 deeper positions, the 6 and the 8. And I don't really like him in the 6 on his own. It's more of a double pivot. But Gundogan can at least play further forward as well if you need him to. He can play as an attacking midfielder or a false 9. You just stick him up there. So if any of the 2 players should say... Now, going back, because people say, didn't you say 3 months ago you'd keep Kovacic? Yes, that was before Bernardo Silva was staying. Because I thought Bernardo was certainly out the door. As soon as Bernardo Silva was staying, I don't think you need Kovacic anymore. In fact, out of the 2 of them, I think Gundogan's the one that should stay. I don't want them to stay. I think they both should leave. I think we've got more than enough. I think we've got more than enough players in that area of the pitch. But if one of the 2 should stay, for me, it's Gundogan. Because he's got more to his game. And again, don't get it twisted. Yeah, this isn't... I see people online say he was one of our better players last year. I agree, man. I agree he was one of our better players last year. But the first thing, yeah, what get Si on? Si, you want to join? Send me a WhatsApp if you want to get on, bro. I'll send you the link. That's not the point. You're missing the point. First of all, using last year as a reason to keep a player is ridiculous, because last year the standards were on the floor. After players were not good, man. Yeah, you've got to look at, what do we need this season? Do we need this player? If the answer is yes, that for me says more about the other players like Nico G. You try to tell me Kovacic is better than Nico G. But if that's true, yeah, then we've got a serious problem with the signing of Nico Gonzalez, man. Si, you want the link? Si, you want the link? Do you want me to drop you the link, bro? Or nah? The link's there if you want it. I'll send you the link if you want it. Yes. Yeah, what you saying, man? See what else you guys are saying. Man. If you want a young team, go support Southampton. We don't have a... I just completely disagree, John. I completely disagree. You're telling me we don't have enough midfielders? Rodri, 1. Tijani Reinders, 2. Nico Gonzalez, 3. Bernardo Silva, 4. Then you've got Nico O'Reilly, who's a midfielder, not a left-back, 5. And Rico Lewis, who most people would say is a midfielder. That's 6 for 2 positions. Because remember, the 3rd position in the midfield is an attacker. So that's your Echeverries, your Bobs, your Cherky, your Foden. I just don't see how you can say we don't have enough midfielders. I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. I just don't. I don't see how it. I think we've got more than enough. More than enough, man. O'Reilly can play 8 and the 10. I agree. And I think we should try him in there. I think we should give him a go. You have to. Otherwise, what's the point in keeping him? Apparently, yeah, we was offered a material bid for Nico O'Reilly. Yeah, a material bid from Chelsea, apparently. But he's a midfielder, yeah? That's where Chelsea would have played him, in midfield. They would have given him some games in midfield. So if you're going to say we're rejecting a material offer for Nico O'Reilly, You've got to test him out in midfield. And again, I'm not saying start him every game. I'm putting him as fifth choice. Fifth choice, man. Club will say we have too many players, but yeah, it doesn't make sense, man. I can't lie. Did anyone see O'Reilly's bad boy goal in training? No, I didn't see it, man. I didn't see it, to be honest. LB Martin said, what? Martin said Pepe's very keen to keep Gundogan at the club too. Well, I don't think either of them should stay. Yeah. But if one of them should stay, it should be Gundogan over Kovacic, because Gundogan can at least play in the attacking area. He could play as an attack. Like, obviously I don't want him to, but as an emergency situation or last 10-minute situation or whatever, false nine, he can do it. Yeah. Kovacic can't play false nine. Kovacic can't play attacking midfielder. I just don't know, man. I don't get what's. I don't know what the like. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be frustrated if no bids come. Because no bids come. Like people were saying to me yesterday. What were they saying? Who was it? Oh yeah, about Akanji and that. People were saying, "Oh, it's fucking bullshit that Akanji's staying." And I said to you, "Well, what can you do if no one wants to bid for the guy or no one wants to bid for John Stones? You can't. It is what it is." That's why I'm not stressed on the centre backs. That's why I told you guys yesterday. That you guys need to chill about Vita Hayes going on loan, because there's nothing we can do because no one wants to leave. But if this is true about Kovacic, that there's an offer from Saudi Arabia, but Pep and the club are saying we want to keep him, that's where I'm a bit like, what? Because that's different. Because there's an actual potential offer on the table. Kovacic is better than Gundogan, but both. I probably agree with you on Kovacic is better than Gundogan at the moment. Obviously, you know, Gundogan was better in his prime. But Gundogan can play midfield and he can play further forward. So there'd be more, you know, if you're going to keep one of these players, you're keeping them to be squad rotation, aren't you? Emergency situation. Because they're fifth choice. We all agree they're fifth choice. Surely. You all agree that they're not ahead of Rodri, Reinders, Nico G or Bernardo Silva. Now, whether you agree he should be ahead of Bernardo Silva is irrelevant. Bernardo Silva's the captain, so they're not going to be ahead of Bernardo Silva, and they shouldn't be ahead of a £50 million signing who's 23, 24 years old in Nico Gonzalez. So the fifth choice. That, in my opinion, when you're a fifth choice player for a two-position area of the pitch, I consider you an emergency player. You're only playing if we're in an emergency situation, yeah, or like we need to give multiple players rests. So in that situation, I'd rather keep Gundogan over Kovacic because I think he's more useful. Yeah, but we don't know what that offer is. If they offer 2 mil, you think the club is going to accept it? They might just be doing this to get a bit more cash. Well, I mean, if this is just a negotiation tactics, fairs, but I would imagine that I don't think it is negotiation tactics from what's being said. From what's being said, I don't think it is negotiation tactics. I think it's legit. I think City actually want to keep him. But again, to be fair, bro, if it is 2 million, like I don't know, like what's I just don't get it, man. I'm just a bit confused. Like, just accept it, no? I just don't think you should be here if you've been offered a fee. Right, what's this? A FIFA final boss has just sent me a video. Nico O'Reilly scoring a screamer. Oh yeah. Let's take a little 2-2 replay. Yeah. Nico O'Reilly. Bang. Yeah, my bagsman. Yeah. Come on. Iron Man. I'm being serious, bro. Common sense officer. Funny, mate. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, listen, if it's a negotiation tactic, fair. But then, like, why is City putting out to City fans via Simon Bajowski, who's a very good source, that actually City want to keep him? Like, what's all that about? What's all that about? I don't know, man. But LB, you can't deny Kovacic's unique profile. Nobody in the squad has progressive carries like him, breaks the line with his runs. I think Tijani Reinders 100% can do that. From scouting him when he was at AC Milan at the end of last season, I saw him carry the ball a lot. I saw Nico Gonzalez carry the ball a lot as well. You can't just keep him because he can carry the ball, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I just think, again, you just need to ask yourself the simple question, yeah. If you've got a £50 million signing in Nico Gonzalez and you're telling me he's not as good as Kovacic, I think you need I say more? Need I say more? You signed a £50 million player who's 23 and you're telling me he's not better than Kovacic. Like, that's the point. That's the whole point. The point is, have we just fucked another £50 million? Now, to be fair, yeah, how many people disagree with me? 27% of people in the chat disagree because 27 people are saying Kovacic shouldn't be sold. So it's quite a few people. Yeah, it's 3 in 10. 3 in 10 people almost are saying no, right? I imagine most people who are saying no and disagree with me must be saying that because they don't think 4 players plus the 2 youngsters are good enough or is enough players. So you must be thinking that we don't have enough players in midfield. I personally disagree with that point. So if you're telling me that you don't think 4 plus 2 is enough for 2 positions, or yeah, you don't trust the youth. Fair, if that's what you think, fair's. No, Kenny, they're not stupid, bro. They're not stupid. I just think that, like, I just don't know, man. Maybe they are stupid. I don't know. I just think we have enough. I personally think we have enough players for that position. That's why I don't think he should stay. And I also am a big fan of the academy players. I want to see Nico O'Reilly in those positions. And if he's 6th choice, how many minutes is he going to get? God knows where that leaves Rico Lewis. Because most people are saying they don't want to see him at right back. Well, if they don't want to see him at right back, where the fuck's he going to play? So what's the point in being here? I don't know. I just think if you keep him, it just knocks. It's like a domino effect. If you keep Kovacic, for me, that raises questions about Nico, and you're just dominoing it to Nico and Rico. That's my opinion, anyway. But listen, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying you're wrong, innit? I am because that's my opinion. I think you're wrong, and I think I'm right. Yeah, that's my opinion. But it's not factual. It's just a view. It's just my opinion, innit? Yo, Arsenal getting bent over. What do you mean Arsenal getting bent over? What's happening to Arsenal? Are they playing football? Are they playing a football match? Also, guys, keep your eyes out for the Nice team for me, man. Because if Juma Bar's in the starting 11, we're going to do a watch along. Oh, yeah, they're getting beat 2-0 off Villarreal. No way. Nicolas Pepe scored against them as well. That's a fucking L, isn't it? Ex-player. No way. Big up City Forever says Rodri, Nico O'Reilly. Is that Nico O'Reilly? Yeah, Nico O'Reilly, Reinders, Nico G, Cherky Foden, Echeverri. Rico can play there too, unfortunately. Silva. That's 9 midfielders. We don't need Kovacic and Gundogan. I don't think you need them, bro. I just really don't think you need them. I think we've got enough. If you don't think we've got enough, fairs, but I think we got enough there, man. Yo, big up Dynamo Drillers Craig with 7 months says Pep will be playing the Unks. Let's be realistic. If they're there, he'll play them. Gundogan probably going into a coaching role. Kovacic has to go. Vitor says win 5-2 v Juve. Rebuild team. Next game, old team. L says Vitor. AK, yo, big up, bro. Says, facts, LB, I agree with you. Club first, always. Some people don't just get it. And DM me when we can meet up. Manchester, you put off for help at 8 months. Yeah, I'll message you on Instagram, bro. Big up Leon and man says, we all know the midfield. Pepe starting against Wolves. Hashtag Unks out. Thoughts on Chelsea winning the Club World Cup over City? Yeah, good win for them, bro. Can't lie. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's a solid win. It's a solid win. I respect to them, innit? I still think people are a bit overrating them for the Prem this year. I still think it'll be top 5 race for Chelsea, in my opinion, because they only just snuck into top 5 last year, and they rested half the team for the Conference League. Now they've got Champions League where they're going to have to full send that as well. So I still think people are overdoing it, but I think Chelsea will get top 5 again. I think Chelsea get top 5, see what they do in the Champions League, but they're not going to be in a title race. I'd be surprised if they're in a title race. Big up Toll says, got to sell the Unks as Pep has an uncle addiction. He prob sold KDB due to KDB's new stylish haircut, confusing Peppers to fucking hell, man. It's crazy. It's good. I think that'd be a valid question. If the club had an option to keep KDB on 150k a week, which I don't know if that's true, but that's the rumor, and they had an option to sell Kovacic to Saudi, but they decided to keep Kovacic and get rid of KDB, is that really a smart move? I mean, to me, it seems a bit weird. It seems a bit weird. I don't know. I've been chill all summer, yeah. I've been chill all summer, right? But I'm getting to a point now. I'm like, and I said this yesterday. There's only what now? There's less than 4 weeks left of the transfer window. In fact, let me just fact check that. When's the window end? When does PL window end? Yeah, less than 4 weeks. So there's less than 4 weeks to go, which is still a long time. Yeah, there's 3 weeks, 5 days left. I did kind of expect a few more players to be gone by this point. Now, that brings me on to the next point, yeah? In fact, let me finish this super chat before we come on to the next point. Yo, big up Dylan says players like Kovacic staying is why Echeverry is about to be loaned. If they don't trust the youths, we'll never hear that because Pep don't bash the players, says Dylan. I don't think Echeverry's leaving because of Kovacic. Because they play in two different positions. Yeah. But like those minutes that Kovacic would be taking, I'd rather see Nico O'Reilly play. Because remember, for me, yeah, exactly, Lou. Echeverry's getting loaned regardless of what Kovacic does. But remember, for me, Kovacic should only be playing as a fifth choice midfielder. Fifth. Because I've got Nico G, Rodri, Tijani, Randers, and Bernardo all ahead of him. Yeah. So if he's fifth choice, that's like you're chilling. So that's what I'd want Nico O'Reilly to be playing. Unless we've just fucked Nico O'Reilly off as a midfielder and just said he's not a midfielder, he's never going to be a midfielder, he's a backup left back. Does he want to be a backup left back? I don't know. Viana has not been ruthless enough selling the players. Well, when it comes to the defense, I don't think he's had much. I don't think he could do anything. None of the players wanted to go. Again, you can't force players out of the club, Mohammed, yeah? So if Akanji don't want to go, Ake don't want to go, Stones don't want to go, what can you do? You can't force them out of the club, yeah? Now, when it comes to Kovacic, and Gundogan, I just don't think no one wants to leave. And if no one wants to leave, what can you do? Legit, what can you actually do if no one wants to leave? But this guy, there was an offer, apparently, from Saudi. If Saudi wanted him, like that, this is why I've been chill on the defenders. When people have been saying, oh, B, it's fucking stupid how we're loaning out Hayes and we're keeping this guy. I've been telling you guys, I've been saying, yo, chill. What's this bomber? Don't tell me Balaba's going United. Oh, fuck's sake. I've been saying for time that's what they should be doing. Bro, they've been listening to me, man. I've been telling people for time that United should get Baleba because they only play a two-man midfield and they need legs. Fuck. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Big up KDB Prime as well for becoming a channel member. Guys, smash these likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Still want to speak about Grealish, yeah? Still want to speak about Grealish because there's news coming out from David Ornstein on that one. Yeah, but I know, bro. That I can't lie, bro. If they get him, I'm going to be fucking fuming. Bro, he's quoting Indy Callier, man. What the fuck? Yo. What has football become? What has happened? What has happened here? Look at this. He's quoting fucking this geezer. Oh, my God. It's 2025. Get me off this fucking planet, man. This is insane. Yo. That's crazy. Yo, Si, what are you saying, man?
Big up, man.
Long time, man. What are you saying? You've been partying a lot, man. On your Instagram, I've seen you partying and that.
Why you lying? Why you lying? No, man.
What's going on, man?
I've been working, bro. I've been working. Just work, man. We're going big at the company right now, so. Can you hear my dog?
Of course I can hear your fucking dog. It's barking loud.
Give me 1 second.
This guy can't hear your dog. Does he know how a microphone works? Smash these likes up, guys. Come on. Come on. Feed the dog. Side feed your dog, man.
Fucking Dylan, man. Feed the dog. He wants attention. No, I'm just been working, man. Just been working. So, but I wanted to share my opinion on what you said earlier, but I tried to give it another light. Do you think that us not getting rid of all these players, which kind of was in the cards, and you know, when you think about Pep's comments and all that, that this is definitely his last season, and that they rather have a big squad that, in theory, will improve our chances of winning this season because no injury crisis would like
right. Okay, so first of all, yeah, we I don't know what the numbers are yet. I think it's someone needs to do the numbers. Maybe I have to do it myself, right? Has anyone done the numbers? Don't we have to get rid of players? Pep said he don't want to leave players at home. I thought that's the squad at the moment is too big. No, we have to get rid of players, innit? Does anybody know off the top of the red how many players we have to get rid of for the Premier League or Champions League, or should I do the maths myself? I think we have to get rid of players. So it's all well and good and saying we can have a big squad. I'm fucking down for having a big squad, but don't we have to actually physically get rid of players? I thought we actually have to get rid of someone. If we don't, fairs, but I thought we did.
Well, I thought so as well, but it's weird, bro. The lack of outgoings, and when you see like teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, all the other teams who needs to get rid of players, they're getting rid of players. So I just don't understand it unless we changed our stance on it and found a way to keep them all and still be within the limits of the different competitions. And then they're like, okay, Pep, keep your experienced players, but you're gonna have a big squad, keep the young guns, and then no matter the injury crisis, you'll have the best possibility of winning something this season with a big squad. And then a lot of the players' contracts will run out next season, and then couldn't be something like that.
If that's the reason, then yeah, we want a big squad. I'm down for having a big squad. Of course I am. Yeah, I wanted a big squad for ages. I'm happy to do that. Yeah, one, you still need to get rid of players. Yeah, because you need to get rid of players for the UCL squad. Yeah, unless Pep doesn't care, because Pep originally said, I don't want to be leaving anybody out of the squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So either one, Pep has now changed his mind from when he said that. Yeah, or two, I don't know what the two is. Yeah, but that's the point. Yeah. Now I'm cool in having a bigger squad. I still think that Nico O'Reilly and some of these other players should be above Kovacic in the squad, man. Right, so basically, yeah, big up Bailey, man, every time. This guy's the fucking brain of City, yeah. So I've asked him, I said, how many players do we need to get rid of for the Champions League squad? He said, assuming Echeverri, Vita Hayes, Naipan all go on loan, and Ortega and Edison are sold, you need one of Gundogan, Kovacic, or Akanji to go.
Okay.
So you still need Gundo, Kovacic, or Akanji to go. It's not going to be Akanji, so you still need Gundogan or Kovacic to leave.
But did you say you needed both Edison and Ortega to go?
No, one of them. One of them.
Okay. That's less than what I thought was needed.
Yeah, but do you not think? Do you think that we actually need them? Because what I'm worried about is, and I've not been worried about it all summer because I've actually been telling people in the chat that they're wrong. However, I don't know whether they've just convinced me or I'm just starting to shit myself. But
you're flip-flopping, yeah?
Well, not flip-flopping. I've been saying I don't think he's gonna. Do you think he's gonna play Kovacic above the likes of Nico Gonzalez, for example?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, nothing as of yet has showed me he would do otherwise. I think he'll play Gundogan and Kovacic ahead of Nico G.
Fuck, I just think that's shit.
Yeah, I think that's stupid as well, bro. And that's why I want to get rid of. I think we talked about it before, but I think he has some sort of blind loyalty to these players and the security in them. And the only way for him not to play them is to remove them from the squad. And if we don't do that, I just think it will be like last season, but better, because we upgrade on different positions and we have Rodri back. But all in all, I think he'll still stick to Bernardo, Gundo, Kovacic. And I don't want that. I don't think that's good for the club in the long run. But if it's all about this season, his 10th season, and get him a trophy and then, sail off in the sunset, then I understand why they want to keep them. You're muted.
If Kovacic is above Nico G, I'll be a bit frustrated, man. I can't lie, man. I can't lie. Because I just think that, bro, is a £50 million signing.
Bro, I hope he'll play him. I really, really hope. I hope it's kind of like the Rodri. You remember his first season? I hope it's the same kind of development and process he's going through. So he hopefully will get a lot of minutes this season. I just doubt it.
Yeah. Well, if he did, like I say, I only get frustrated. Yeah. So big up Martin. Yeah. This is the point. Reinders ain't sitting on the bench. Rodri's not sitting on the bench. Them two surely have got to be starting week in, week out. Yeah. because they're mint. Yeah,
I agree.
Then you've got to accept that Bernardo Silva's probably going to play a lot of football because he's the captain of the football club. Right. So them three for me are probably the three players that are going to play the most in those two positions. I'm going to call them like the double pivot, 6-8 pivot roles. Yeah, because the third midfield position, these guys ain't competing for the same spots. That's your Echeverries, your Cherkis, your Foden. So let's not focus on the third position. Let's focus on the two positions at the bottom, your 6 and your 8, your hybrid like your Gundogan and your Rodri from the treble year. Yeah. So if we're saying Reinders, Rodri, and whether you like it or not, Bernardo Silva are the three main priorities, for two positions, then you say who goes fourth, Kovacic or Nico G? Well, it's for me.
Or Gundo, bro.
Yeah, but we're saying one of them's got to leave. Unless he's getting rid of a Kanji, which he's obviously not going to do. Because if we do that, then I think we're light on numbers at centre-back, especially if Stones and Ake are here. So that would be stupid. So it's got to be either Gundogan or Kovacic that leaves. But for me, Nico G should be that fourth spot, not Kovacic.
Don't you think that if Gundo wasn't leaving, that he would have been part of the captain group?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why would you not include him in the captain group if he...
Nah, Martin, that's fake news. That's fake news. We do need one to go. I've just had it confirmed. It's fake news. I'll send you the link. Yeah, no, I agree. I think Gundo is going to go because I think he would have been in the captain's group. But then again, Pep might just be like, well, you left, so I'm not putting you... I don't know. Maybe he's not in the captain.
No, Pep would not carry resentment like that. Why would he then really want him back from Barca? You know what I mean? It would be the same logic. No, you left, you can't come back. But he wanted him back a lot. So the moment he was available, he called him and asked him to come back. So I don't think that has anything to do with... I think it is something to do with him not being at the club for the season.
So why is he still here then? Why,
some guy on Twitter, I don't remember who.
Surely that's pretty easy deal to get done. I mean, I can't imagine City asking for a transfer fee for Gundogan when we got him on a free anyway.
But a lot of these guys on high wages, Grealish, Gundogan, all that, and for a lot of clubs, even waiting 1 or 2 months before getting them on the books saves them a lot of money. So it might be something like that they're just destined to be late outgoings. So the buying club saves a few quid on a month or 2 salary. Do you know what I mean? For those clubs, it's a lot of money saved if you can save, 1.2 million for a month on Grealish and maybe $1 million on Gundo.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. But then if he's going Turkey, he goes Galatasaray, for example. They're not exactly... They've got bare cash. I don't think they're going to be a club that's going to be like, oh, we'll save a couple of weeks' wages. Like they seem to have bare money. They're paying everyone cash. Dollar bills, mate. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it, man. But I just think it's... I just want to see Nico G be fourth choice, not Kovacic. And again, it's not even like I'm saying Kovacic is shit just for the 500th time. I just think that this season, should be a season where we're transitioning from the older players, some of them legends that have done wonderful things for the club, to a new era. This, for me, is the start of a new era. Yeah, so I want to see Nico Gonzalez, fourth. I'm not saying start. I'm not even saying third. I'm saying fourth choice. Yeah, Reinders, Rodri back in. And then if he puts Kovacic above Nico G, I just think, hell, man. What's the point in signing him?
Have you seen that the Sacha Tapolier guy just tweeted that Liverpool is in for a Barcola for 100 million euros?
Wow.
I mean, what is going on, man?
No, it's not FIFA. It's not FIFA, chat.
And Baleba to United. Oh, well, interest.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro,
man, what is going on? What is going on? And we're sleeping, man. We had those 2 weeks before the Club World Cup, and then since, not really any fun. Give me a late bid on Livramento, bro. Just bid, so we can get gassed before the season.
Yeah, nice, man. I've sent Martin a link if he wants it. Still, let me know if you want it, bro. Money laundering. Sasha's on fraud watch. Yeah, I don't think Sasha's like a top tier thought for me anyway anymore. To be honest with you. I don't even rate Barcola that highly, man. But still, it's still a side of intent, I suppose, isn't it? How is Liverpool spending like this? I don't know. And we could spend like this if we wanted. Arsenal could spend like this. Like everyone's got the the funds. Like remember as well, like people will go, oh, well, we didn't spend anything last year. We only spent 20 million last summer. Got Savio, and that was it. Well, we spent 175 in January, but we still got money to spend if we wanted to. Obviously, we're chilling. Juma Bar Scout along. I don't know if is he in the starting 11. If he's in the starting 11, I'll do it. Is he in the starting 11? Is the starting 11 even out yet? Lines up confirmed. Is he there? He's in there. Yeah, boom. We'll do it, man. It starts in an hour, so I'll get on the second channel. If you guys want to watch Juma Bar Scout along, more LB, link in the description. We'll start in an hour. Sorry, bro. What are you saying?
I don't remember. Was I saying something?
I thought you were to say something. Smash these likes up, guys, if you've not done so already, man. Let's have a look at some of these chats, man. Which is better, small team or big squad? I think, yeah, quality is better than quantity. Always, right? Because we've had that proof's in the pudding, really. You can't even argue with it because we've had small squads for time. But the difference is these small squads have been mad quality, yeah? But with all the games and that, you do need to add a number. But it's quality always outs. Yeah, you could have a squad of 50 if they're all shit. No, it's true. What would you rather have? 50?
No, I agree, but I think in this day and age, it's quality and availability. Because
yeah, I agree.
If like what we saw last season was a lot of quality, but not enough availability, and you need that. If you have a small squad, you need to have fit players, like not injury-prone players. If they're not available, it doesn't matter how much quality they have, bro.
I agree. Now I agree with it. I just think that like you can't just have a big squad if all the players are just. You got to remember here, yeah, because this is where people go, "Oh, you've been entitled," and that's not entitlement, right? I think a lot of these players are good players. Yeah, I think a lot of them are good players. The point is, if you want to win the Premier League, you need better than good. If you want to win the Champions League, you need better than good. You need world-class football players to win these things. These are hard trophies to win. Yeah, so you can't just. I'm not saying we are. I'm just giving an example and just like covering it as a whole. You can't just get 23 players who are just good and go, there we go, we're ready. If they're not world class, you're not going to win anything. It's simple as that. It's as simple as that. So what I'm saying is, don't just, and I'm not saying we're doing this. I'm just saying don't fall into the trap of just filling your squad up with good players. You need world class. You need to start. I mean, look at some of the players we used to have. It brought us this mad success, like Sterling, Mahrez, Sane,
17, 18.
Yeah, these are ballers. Now we bought Marmoush, mint signing. Yeah, we bought Cherkin, mint signing. Like Nori, I think is going to be a top player. Yeah, Reinders, top player. But these players like Nico G, if you're not going to give them the opportunity to play, you might as well sell them because it's not fair on these players. Because remember, when you're playing football, yeah, you can't just sit on the bench for 3 weeks, start a game, or come on for the last 20 minutes and just cook. Players need to be match fit. So remember, this actual fitness in terms of being available and not injured, but then there's match sharpness. And I always use Aguero as an example. Yeah, Aguero used to get injured all the time. We all know that. Yeah, when Aguero used to come back, it used to take him 2 or 3 games to get back to his best. Yeah, because he's a quick player, he's a quick, agile player, and his match sharpness isn't up there. As soon as he done 2 or 3 games and he's back fit, bang, he's firing. But it's the same with these squad, and this is why I always say buying squad rotation players is harder than buying starting 11 players, because starting 11 players is easy. I can do it, you can do it, anybody in this chat can do it. It's not fucking hard. Who's the best right back on the market we can get? Tino Livramento? Bang, go and sign him. Who's the best left winger we can go and get? Marmoush? Go and get him. Who's the best striker? Hard. It's not rocket. It is literally FIFA when you've got the funds and your club like City, your club like Real Madrid. It's not hard. Where it becomes tricky is buying those rotators. And I just think, for me, I think that Nico Gonzalez gets a lot of shit. I see people in the chat, I see people on Twitter saying, he's shit, he's fucking crap, he's not even played well. I think Nico Gonzalez has come into the City team and done pretty good, considering he walked into an absolute fucking mess, by the way, back in January. Yeah, I thought he'd come in and steadied the ship. Was he absolutely amazing? No, he wasn't absolutely amazing. Yeah, was he world class? No, he wasn't world class. But I didn't expect him to be world class. He's a 23-year-old coming to the Premier League to a team that was in disarray. But he come in and he put in solid 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10s, right? And I just want to see him be given a proper chance. And if you're going to keep Kovacic, my worry and my concern is he got a £50 million player. He's not going to get any minutes because he's going to be behind Bernardo, Rodri, Reinders and Kovacic. And then when he does get a game, he'll come on or he'll start a match in the Carabao Cup. He'll play with the B team players and he'll be crap because he's not fit and everyone will go, he's shit. I can see it already, side. Why? Because I've seen it before. I never rated fucking Calvin Phillips, yeah? But I felt for him a little bit because whenever he come on the pitch, he'd not played for 3 weeks. And then people was like, he's shit. Of course he's shit. I'm not saying he was good. I never wanted a geezer anyway. But I'm just saying it's not fair to have these players, bro, and just bring them in after 3 weeks and just demand that they put in a world-class performance. Not gonna happen.
No. Yeah. But as I said, I just have a feeling if we're keeping the Unks, I just don't see a season when it might be Pep's last where he's not, relying on them to go out on a hooray. So, yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope. But, yeah, I wouldn't bet on it. You know me, I bet on a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah, no, you do. I owe you about 20 beers, isn't it?
Nah, do you not remember? We squashed it.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's kind of you.
Yeah. I'll let you off the hook. Yeah, new season, new beers.
Yeah. All right, Sam. Yeah. Guys, smash these likes up if you've not done so already. Martin, I've sent you the link if you want to jump on. I don't know if you've got time. I've just scheduled the watch along, by the way. Second channel, more LB will be live in 50 minutes over there. Juma Bar, it's Nice versus Benfica. People are trying to tell me that this guy's the next Van Dijk. So we'll see. We'll see if this guy's the next Van Dijk. We're going to watch him in the Champions League qualification game. Big match against Benfica. So we'll see how he gets on. Last time I watched him for 10 minutes and he got injured. So hopefully we don't curse him today. Let me go through some of these chats, man. Big up to Second City Saints. Says, LB Pep will be exposed again this season. He does not have the best squad in the league. Don't expect titles, says Second City Saint. We'll see, man. You really don't. You're really against Pep at the moment, bro. I say at the moment. I swear it's been like 6 months. We'll see, man. Listen, I think we've got a good squad. Yeah, and am I moaning? I'm not really moaning. I think I am moaning a little bit, yeah. But it sounds like I'm moaning, but I'm not really moaning. I'm just want to play Nico Gonzalez ahead of Kovacic because I want this to be the start of the transition. And you've already got Bernardo who's going to play bare games, who was bad last year, yeah. And I just don't think Kovacic should be high up in the list when you've got a young player. So maybe I am moaning. But fuck it, it is what it is. I've not moaned for a while, so yeah. Big up City Star says, scared that Pep's era is going to end badly by thinking it's still 22. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see you become the villain. Says City Star GTX for the 6 months. And big up to Tin say, here he goes. He says, you said all season the main issue was players were old and not good. Now the squad now is more than good enough to be top. Hold Pep accountable. No, I agree with that, Tin say, yeah. Because last year I said, I do think Pep got shit wrong last year, but I do think because the players. And I've already said this, yeah, I don't know if you've been in the streams, maybe you've had a little vacation, but I've already been saying this over the last couple of weeks, that if we are because people are trying to tell me that we're in a top 5 race next year. I said, if this team's in a top 5 race next year, either 1, these players are crap, or 2, Pep's not getting something right. There's no way this team can be in a top 5 race next. We finished 3rd last season in a terrible year for this football club, and you're trying to tell me we're going to be in a top 5 race again when you've added 8 Nori, Cherky, and Tijani Reinders, and the players are refreshed, and we've got Rodri back. The maths doesn't maths. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you agree? Do you think we're in a top 5 race next year? Because I just can't believe that people are saying we're in a top 5 race next year. I just can't believe it.
Bro, no. The former Super Chat said that we don't have the best squad in the league. If we're keeping all these players, we have probably the biggest squad in the league, and that might be also the best then, because we still have unbelievable talent and qualities all over the pitch. And if we then have almost 3 players per position in depth, I mean, I'm sorry, but we would have legs for days. We would handle any injury crisis coming at us. I mean, I can't really follow either of those super chats. I think we're definitely in for to win the league.
Title race.
I just think that for me it depends a lot on Pep. I saw a rumor that something with his wife again, and I really hope that's not true, because I think that affected him and the team way more than what us, the fans, probably know. So hopefully they're still good.
Maybe. I don't know. Smash these likes up, guys, if you're not done so already, man. Martin, what are you telling us? What do you know, man?
Can you hear me? I'm glitching for some weird reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Your camera's lagging like fuck, but
I don't know what's going on there. There's no issue with the wife. People got to start listening to rumours. Start listening to rumours. Get off Twitter and go and touch grass.
Are you telling me to touch grass of you and me?
Yeah.
Really, Martin?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'll smile.
Well, what do you know about the transfers, Martin?
So saying, if you live your life on Twitter, then sorry, you need to get a life. Twitter's that. It's a cesspool.
Yeah, but we were talking about what could impact us, and I mentioned a rumor.
You're making stuff up. You're making stuff up.
It was on City after, wasn't it?
Am I making stuff up?
I swear it was on City after,
saying stuff like he's got problems with his wife. You've heard he's got no problems with his wife.
That's not what he said. He didn't say that.
Martin, I'm sorry, but you're making stuff up.
That's
no.
I raised a concern if that was true.
It's not a concern.
And I said, I hope, and I said, I hope it's not, because that could impact the team.
I know, but
I don't know why you're trying to make another story.
I'm not. Why believe that rumor?
I'm not believing it. It's not believing it. It's,
you must believe it.
Bro, I'm raising a concern about it.
Yeah, bro.
It's not saying I'm actually. If I'm saying I believe it, but I'm actually saying I hope it's not true. So how can I believe it?
Mate,
I'm sorry, man, but this is weird.
Is he there? Maybe he didn't hear you properly because of the lag. I don't know, because he's lagging.
I don't know, bro.
He's completely frozen now. Maybe he lagged out. Now he's gone. I don't think he heard you properly, because that's not what you said. I know what you said, and I agreed. And that's sure everyone would agree. I don't think he heard you properly. I think you must have lagged, bro. But yeah, now it just says his device is not online. So I don't know. I think he's lagged the fuck out there, to be honest with you. Yeah, smash these likes up, guys, if not done so already. Martin's Wi-Fi is slow. They're good. Get out of here, bad. See what you guys are saying. Total Eclipse says, as a Liverpool fan, I'm still having City in the race. I agree, man. I just can't get my head around people saying we're in a top 5 race. If we're in a top 5 race, something's seriously gone wrong. You can't go from 3rd in a terrible year where we won 1 game in 13 and the team was in disarray to going back.
Remember all the investment we made in January and summer. If we then
Marmoush side, he'll be fully settled now, won't he? Because remember, Marmoush come into the team and I think Marmoush done a fantastic job.
I agree.
But he wasn't tactically aware of what Pep wanted to do. And in fact, I'm pretty sure Pep Guardiola even said that in one of his interviews. Didn't he even say at one point, like, Marmoush doesn't fully get what we're asking him to do yet with the tactics. Why? Because he only just joined, didn't it? We normally say, don't we, when we sign a player, we usually give them, like a year to sort of like learn Pep's shit and all that, especially when it's a winger. Well, he's already had 6 months now. So hopefully Marmoush, and he's quite experienced, he's 27 now. Hopefully Marmoush can come in and start and just go bang. You know, Savio and Doku looking like they made improvements in the summer as well. So
quite a lot of young players as well, which in theory they should be better since last season. And getting a real left back for the first time, I don't know how many years. I have high hopes for Aït-Nouri and what he will contribute this season. He's so silky, bro. He's such a good player. And hopefully having Rodri back, I mean, we didn't even mention that, but having him back would just enable all the other players to play like me. I think all the play on the pitch will get around 8 to 12% better by just having Rodri on the pitch. And that's a lot, bro. that means a lot for the whole team, and turning around 1-0 losses to 2-0 wins.
I agree.
Or whatever.
There is this. I've not spoke about this. I didn't want to speak about this as well. I don't know if you guys have seen it, for the guys that are not on Twitter, but David Ornstein today has come out and said that Everton now have made official contacts with Manchester City.
Touch grass, bro. That's from Twitter. You need to touch grass. You need to. No. That's a rumor. You need to touch grass. I can't believe all.
So for the guys that have not seen it, Everton apparently had now took official steps to make a transfer possible with Jack Grealish. This was coming from David Ornstein this morning. So people are on Twitter, that's what he put out there. So it sounds like that is in the works and maybe could happen. Apparently, Ben Jacobs is saying City want the full 300 grand a week covered in a loan deal. I mean,
Everton will never.
That's not going to happen. Absolutely zero chance that's going to happen. I think because he's on 300 grand a week, apparently. I think if we only have to pay 150k, we'll do well. I think you might even have to pay a bit more. Like you just, it's just, and you know what, chat? I think we just got to. There's no point really in getting too wound up about it. Yeah, there's no point in getting wound up about it. Sometimes in life you're gonna get cooked, and you're gonna have to get cooked. Yeah? And this is one of those times, I think.
The only way to not get rinsed on Jack is having multiple clubs in for him late in the window where they need to get a play in as well. If we only have one club in for him late in the window, we'll get absolutely rinsed, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nah, you're right there. What the best thing for us is like Spurs come to the table, Everton, and they're all like, we'll take him. We need a bit of a bidding war, to be honest with you. That's kind of what we need. We need a bit of a bidding war. But
has there been any other teams than those two? Newcastle at some point.
Nah, I think they were a bit dead interest. I don't even think Spurs. I think Napoli. Apparently, Napoli. Someone asked Kevin De Bruyne yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah, did you see it? Yeah. So someone.
Yes, I saw a tweet
yesterday that they said to Kevin De Bruyne, "Has there been any talks about Grealish coming to Napoli?" And he looked at him and went, "Maybe."
Yeah.
So I do think Napoli maybe were at the table, or maybe are at the table.
But again, do they pay big salaries? They don't, do they?
Well, I think they paid Osimhen quite a big salary, but they're not going to pay
no
salary. Like we're probably going to have to pay 150k a week of his at least, maybe more.
But you could see them. You could see them even going in with the option to buy. I couldn't see Everton. Yeah, option. Yeah, not mandatory, but option.
Nobody's going to do a mandatory, but someone might do an option. To be fair. It just is what it is. There's no point in losing your shit about it because, what's the point? Like, we know the situation we're in. Like, we know we're going to have to pay a lot of his wages. It is what it is. But, yeah. Smash these likes up, guys. Yo, can you hear us, Martin? Hello? You can hear. Yeah. No, you're fine now. You was lagging loads before.
All I heard from Si was Pep's wife.
No. You heard two words and like went that way. That's not what Pepsi.
My internet is shit. My apologies. Go on, explain. Right, explain again. Now I can actually hear people.
Nah, the wife thing. We've done that. Have you? In fact, before we go back to Grealish, what have you heard on the Kovacic and the Gundogan situation here?
Gundogan staying.
100 is that 100%? Like, what's going on there? Could there be any world in which he could be persuaded at the end of the window, or is it like 100% he is staying? Like,
if somebody bids for him, but no one's bidded for him.
Not even the Turkish clubs have they not bidded for him? The Turkish clubs?
Nope.
What about going on a free?
Turkey have done a lot of that, and none of that.
But does City want a fee for this guy? We got him on a free.
Yeah. Got to remember when Gundo came back, there was talk at the time. You remember of coaching badges.
Yeah, I remember that.
That hasn't changed.
Would he be in any way inclined to not play this last season, just go straight into the coaching thing?
No, not the way he was yesterday. I'll be honest with you, people won't like this. He was one of the best midfielders in that whole team.
I said that on my review video, and people.
He was one of the best trainers out there. He looks like he's lost about 3 stone in weight. He looks fitter, he looks leaner, he looks quicker.
Yeah.
But if
He
we're
just
being
looks-
honest, I think all of us agree that Gundo in a team with legs around him is still a very good player. Last season was why he got such critics was because he had to run a lot. We didn't have any legs in midfield. But if you put in, Rodri, you put in,
you remember Reinders or Rodri?
yeah, exactly.
He'll do his job because he doesn't have to do the donkey
all the
work.
different,
Then.
yes,
He can
and
do
not-
the
exactly.
he can do with the advanced 8-10 role. 'Cause
Yeah.
For me, he's also there's not many better players you can bring on with 15 minutes to go in a game to either close the game out or snatch you a late goal coming in off the box.
Exactly. He has
There's
eyes and nose for a goal, man.
There's this belief of, well, he's going to play Kovacic, he's going to play Bernardo, he's going to play Gundogan. Well, Reinders played like he's not bought Reinders to sit and do the okey cokey in the corner and not do out.
No.
Nico G, Pep Guardiola, yesterday really opened my eyes in that training session. It really did. I came away going, you know what? I get it. I get a lot of it. Nico G, people forget, good player, not a natural 6, and you got 2 problems. Nico, the way Pep Guardiola and City play the 6 is not a normal 6 at any other club. A normal 6 wins the ball, passes it, can be 3 yards, 4 yards, whatever. At Manchester City, you collect the ball in a very different area than what most 6s do. You collect the ball with your back to play straight away. You remember Rodri in his first season, the one thing he struggled at. And that's why we used to always joke, he turns like a double-decker bus. Because straight away, he's facing his own goalie. Receives the ball short, and he's got a turn. Rodri was turning into trouble, into like a double-decker bus, which is why we were talking about turning circles for him and everything else. That's Nico's G problem at the moment. When he's facing the play, he's great. He'll knock the ball around, but he's not going to do it. And 6 at City, he's not asked to face the play. He has his back to play, receives the ball. Now he's got to turn. Is he going to turn right? Is he going to turn left? Because I remember Calvin Phillips at Leeds United, because I did a big long show on this with a couple of lads from America. And Calvin Phillips' job for Bielsa was win the ball, and he used to be able to float a ball 30, 40 yards over the top. You're not asked to do that in a Pep team. So when Calvin Phillips turned up, he was lost. He was like a lost boy. Didn't know what to do tactically.
So what are you saying? Are you saying Nico G? You think Nico G is the same?
Yeah, at the moment, Nico G's in the exact same situation that I think Rodri was in. Because Pep Guardiola stood there for over 12 minutes yesterday, while everybody else was getting on with, because there was a group that was with Colo, a group with James French, and a group with Pep Linders. Pep Guardiola literally was just stood with Nico G.
Really?
Teaching him. Back
That
to
is
the ball,
promising.
moving, left, right, and he literally spent 12
Was he doing
minutes.
a lot?
Yeah.
Was that
Literally was showing
Next.
him positional, was showing him how to turn, was showing him how to receive the ball, all sorts of things. And that's when I went, it's not that Nico G is not good enough. He wants him to be perfectly ready to do this job.
Okay, but Martin, for
If the
that,
6 loses the ball, we're screwed.
But he has to play football. He can't just sit there and never play. He has to play.
Yeah, I think me and LB's concerns was if we keeping, let's say, Kovacic and Gundo, and you have Bernardo, Reinders, and Rodri, then as of now, as of what we've seen, then Nico G is 6th choice for 2 places, and you also have Nico Riley and Rico Lewis who can get minutes in there.
I think this is why I think Hayes is going out. Because, by the way, I've had a look at the squads. Yes, you're right. If you want to register them all, LB, yes, someone has to leave. But we don't have to register them all.
Yeah, but
what do you mean by that?
Pep's already said some of them will end up in the stand. You're not going to play.
But Yeah, but Pep's already said he don't want to pick players in the tribute.
No, but that was 4 months ago. They've had meetings over the last few weeks to say, listen, you're not going to be here. You won't be registered. I don't think Grealish will get registered if he stays, but I think Grealish will go. Calvin Phillips will go. McAtee was there yesterday, but we know he's going to go.
When you say not registered, does that mean that, I can't remember, but do they need to be registered per each game, or is it if you're not registered at some point you cannot be
So you register a 25. You register a 25-man squad or up to a 25-man squad. 17 for 17 foreign, and up to 8 homegrown. If they are under the age of 21, so for Nico Riley, for example, they don't have to be included in your squad numbers.
And you can register twice per season or not?
Yes, you can register now and you can register in the January as well. I've always said I think Kovacic will leave in January. Kovacic, from what I always say reportedly, is he doesn't want to go to Saudi. Doesn't want to go to Saudi. Because
why wait to Jan?
Play football in Saudi.
We don't have any players who want to play in Saudi, man.
Would you want to go play in Saudi if you
want? Depends on my career and the money, bro. I have to be honest. I'm a money guy.
I was going to try to outbake Karate, the chicken man.
It's only because you gamble it all away at the
end. No, I don't know, man. What do you? Let me ask you this question then, Martin. Yeah, because the debate that was happening at the start of the stream. And by the way, just a reminder, chat. Yeah, in 40 minutes, I'm going over second channel. Juma Bar. Yeah, City's next Van Dijk apparently is playing for.
You have your Juma Bar. I've got Graham Bailey on at 8.
Oh, yeah.
You want to come with a real question?
Bar, the next Van Dijk apparently, or Graham Bailey? You choose. But do you think, yeah, we need to keep Kovacic purely in terms of midfield numbers? Because I don't. I think you've got enough with Rodri, Reinders, Bernardo, Nico G, and then the 2 youngsters of Nico O'Reilly and Rico. I think you've got enough. Some people disagree with me. Some people, where are you on? Do you think you need fundamentally to keep Kovacic for the numbers?
No, I don't think you do. But I think for a start, Kovacic is injured now anyway.
Yeah, he's back soon though. He'll be back before the end of the window.
We don't know. He might be back by September, was the rumours. He might be back, but he's not. So I said I think it'll be January anyway. Before, I've always thought it was either. You remember I said to you? Do you remember I asked when was the Turkish window closing? Maybe October.
All right. Let me rephrase the question. Assuming he's back fit before the end of the window, because I think he is going to be. Do you think we need to keep him for the squad numbers, or do you think we've got enough with the names that I've just given?
I think we've got enough, but
I think we've got enough.
I've no problem with keeping him either.
But where does that leave Rico Lewis and Nico O'Reilly? 2 young players that like people are like, want to develop. And
I think Nico O'Reilly is the future, but it's like, I mean, saying that. LB,
is it the future though? Is it really, Martin? How can you say it's the future when you don't even trust him? How can you say that when you don't even trust him as a 5th choice?
When Bernardo goes, instead of buying a Bernardo replacement, then you bring Nico O'Reilly comes in now.
But Nico O'Reilly, would be a 5th choice midfielder. And we're saying, sorry, we don't trust you as a 5th choice midfielder out of 2 positions. We're going to keep you behind Kovacic. I just think that tells me that he's actually not that good.
Is it trust or is it just patience and timing?
I think it's trust. If you don't trust a youngster to be 5th, yeah, that's my opinion. If you don't trust a player to be 5th choice midfielder out of 2 positions, I think what that tells me is that you don't rate him. That again, that's my view, isn't it?
I think when you're giving him a new 4-year deal with massive increased wages, of course you trust him,
but not enough to put him as 5th choice behind. In front.
So where would you have Oscar Bob then?
Oscar Bob for me is a right winger.
Over who?
Not over anyone. Rotating with Savio.
So you've got him as a number 1.
So Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, I've just got Bob rotating as a left winger, attacking mid, right winger. That's
what I'm saying. We don't know where O'Reilly will be. We don't know. There's obviously been some conversation with O'Reilly and the club for O'Reilly to trust it enough to sign a brand new deal.
I agree with that.
There's obviously been a conversation somewhere.
I agree.
And I've always said, for me, this is about, with a youngster and with an academy player, is to show the pathway is you don't buy someone. You don't do what we did with Palmer, for example. You don't buy Doku when you've got Palmer there. You say, right, Palmer, this is your opportunity then. You don't buy Doku. Same with Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva in 12 months' time is gone. He's out the door, free transfer, thanks for everything. That's when O'Reilly steps in and goes, right, I now take your minutes, mate.
So then he goes from 6th choice to what? 3rd choice? 2nd choice?
Yeah, because next season, LB, there's 5 to 6 players, if we don't all leave at the minute, that are out of contract. We're losing a lot of players next summer.
But is that not quite a jump? My point here is, Martin, yeah.
No.
With all these players in front of Nico O'Reilly, we're not going to see Nico O'Reilly get to play in midfield. Then all of a sudden, next season, so 2026, 2027, people are expecting Nico O'Reilly to go from not playing at all to playing quite a lot. What about if he's not good enough?
So is Victor Hayes going to be? He's going to go from not playing at anything at Manchester City to come back from Girona and be part of our back room, be part of our back line.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that because we're now going to get to watch Vita Hayes at Girona and work out if this guy's good enough. If Vita Hayes goes to Girona and stinks the gaff out, everyone's going to be like, yeah, this guy's not good enough. If he goes to Girona and smashes it, then I'm cool with it. Come back to City and we're going to be like, yeah, this guy's mega. Just like we did with Savio.
The real question is, LB, we won't know until the season ends. We've got 70 games and we're talking about squad rotation. So let's hope we do the squad rotation then.
I'm just ready for the rebuild next season
as well. Is he going to be used as a fullback?
Martin, you just said there will be a new rebuild next season. I'm looking forward to it. You know, new players.
John Stones will be gone. Gundogan will be gone. Bernardo will be gone. Edison will be gone. Edison will be gone. Potentially, that's when I think Kovacic will leave. So you're going to lose 5 or 6 players next summer, all on freebies, or lows. And I'll be honest with you, the way I've looked upon it is, and I've changed my thinking of it now. I think the rebuild was going to take more than just one summer.
Well, I think the majority of the rebuild's done. I just think you need a right back, and then, you know, I don't look at this and go, we've not fully rebuilt. My concern is here we're going to continue to play Bernardo every game and Kovacic a lot when we've got Nico Gonzalez, who's the future, and these younger players, Nico O'Reilly, who's the future. I want these players integrated into the team. And again, I'm not saying be second
ahead
of Kovacic.
But Victor Hayes, for example, was told by Ancelotti, if you want to play in the World Cup, you want to be considered part of the World Cup, you need to be playing first team football.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with
Ancelotti told him.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with Victor Hayes leaving. I'm fine with that.
So what's the issue then?
Because the issue isn't Vita Hayes. The issue is Nico O'Reilly. The issue is Nico Gonzalez. The issue is Rico Lewis. Vita Hayes was never going to play at Manchester City. So I'm happy with him going on loan.
Nico Lewis for me isn't good enough. I don't think he'll make it.
Okay. Okay, cool. What about Nico O'Reilly? What about Nico Gonzalez? Should we loan out Nico Gonzalez?
O'Reilly will make it. He's just signed a new deal.
Nico Gonzalez, should we loan him out?
No. So
when's he got? This is the point I'm making: is where if Kovacic stays,
you just said when's he going to play? Well, let's see. Let's get to the first game of the season before we know who's going to play.
Well, you say that, but he didn't play.
Guesswork at the minute.
It's not guesswork. Yeah, it's the end of the season. He didn't start a single game for the last 7 matches.
Yes, he did. He started the last game against Fulham and came on for the last 30 minutes of Bournemouth and scored.
Okay, so he started 1 game out of the last 7 games.
Tell the truth there, LB. Come on.
Okay, sorry. He started 1 game out of the last 7. He played 6. Okay, I'll fact check it in a minute. He played 60 minutes in the whole entirety of the Club World Cup.
Yeah, agree with that. The Club World Cup, I agree with you. Club World Cup is when what people have done is people have meshed the Club World Cup and the Premier League together. That's what they've done. The Club World Cup, 100%, I agree, he didn't play. But in the Premier League, he played. He started 11 out of 14 games. What we doing?
Yeah, but towards the end, he did find himself out the team a lot. Towards the end.
Because Gundogan was in form at that time.
But then he didn't get himself back.
Gundogan was scoring and assisting.
Well, LB is correct. Out of the last 7 matches, he only started the Fulham game.
and then he didn't start any games in the club. It's like
Are
one
you,
game.
are you talking about Premier League games there? Are you talking
Yeah.
about what you're talking?
Premier League games. And also an FA Cup game. FA Cup game.
21 games, sorry.
Didn't start the FA Cup.
11 out of 14 Premier League.
No. The last 7 games of the season, he started 1. And that was against Fulham.
You're including FA Cup there.
Yeah, the one FA Cup. Yeah,
yeah. That's
the last 7 game. The last 7 game of the season, he started once, and then the Club World Cup. I think it's fair to question whether how big his role will be in the coming season if you're also keeping Kovacic, Gundogan, and you have Reinders, Rodri, and Bernardo in front of him.
So
I think it's fair.
Sorry, yeah, I need to check this. Are we talking Premier League or FA Cup?
I'm just talking everything because it's all football matches.
Right, okay, because I agree, because he missed 4 games. He didn't start 4 games.
No, towards the end of the season, he wasn't in the team.
He started Fulham. Yeah, no, I agree. Palace, because he started his debut against Newcastle, started Liverpool, started Tottenham, started Forest, started Brighton, started Leicester, was on the bench against United. Then he started against Palace in the 5-2 win, and he started in the 2-0 win away at Everton because he got subbed.
Yeah.
Then he got benched against Villa. He played a minute against Wolves. You might say he was benched. Southampton, he was benched. So that's 3 games on the bounce. I agree with you. 21 minutes he played against Bournemouth and then played Fulham. So it's 4 games. 4 games in the Premier League.
And then got dropped for the final in the FA Cup, and then started 60 minutes in the whole of the Club World Cup.
It's really played in the FA Cup final. So
no, but wait a sec. But then he might find himself now 5th choice midfielder.
Rodri is back now, and we just got Reinders. So
Bernardo's going to be
automatically be pushed down the pecking order. So why would we think that he would be playing more?
Was down the pecking order. We bought him as a backup.
But if you're saying, as you said, but Martin, you said that Reinders is going to play. He's not going to sit on the bench, and Rodri's going to play. Yeah.
Yep.
Bernardo will play in front of Nico. I'm pretty sure we all show
games. I don't think.
Yeah, of course. But in normally, but Reinders and Rodri wasn't playing for us last season.
Mm-hmm.
And last season, as we just said, in the last 7 games of the season, FA Cup and Premier League, he started one of these games. Why would 2 new players who were definitely in front of him, would he play then more? And also what we saw in the Club World Cup. That's why I think it's fair to question. You might be right, Martin. You might be right that he's having a Rodri moment where Pep has been talking a lot about how to do. Yeah, exactly. And it might have gone so well that he's fixed it and he now does what Pep wants him to do, and then he starts to play more. That might happen. But I think it's very fair to question how many minutes he will get with the amount of players we have in midfield while having Reinders and Rodri there now, which we didn't have last season, which is definitely starters ahead of them.
I mean, it depends what you want, because the thing is, when we all knew Rodri was coming back, I made a joke. I said, Rodri's not died in January. I said, when everyone was going on about buying these top players and who do you want to go and get, and I know we were talking about a Baleba, for example, but I did say to LB, I said, it's great buying Baleba now. What happens when Rodri's back? Because that's the thing, is fans, I get it. Some fans look in a very short-termism, right, I need it now. What's the problem now? The trouble is 6 months down the line, your Ballon d'Or's back. Well, he's not sitting on a bench in the big games. So Nico G should have been told when he signed, with all due respect, mate, you're here as a backup.
I think,
expensive backup, but you're a backup.
No, and I agree with that, but I thought he was going to be like 2nd choice backup or 3rd choice backup. It looks like he might be, 4th or 5th choice backup? That's the point. I don't want him behind Kovacic. Nico G is part of this club's future. And if he's playing Kovacic above Nico G, I don't know. Listen, he might not. Maybe he's going to start Nico G. I think I'll be honest. I want to see Nico Gonzalez. I like him.
I think people have got a different expectation level of Nico G than what I think the club have. I think people have seen Nico G as something as a different player. That's just my guessing, just my opinion. I think people have forgot he was signed as an emergency backup.
Yeah,
He's not
my expectations. My thing on him is just be above Kovacic. That's it. That's all I want.
The other thing is, if you wanted Nico G to succeed, don't buy Reinders. You can't. This is what I'm saying. You can't keep going buy Reinders, buy this, buy that, because Nico G, stats wise, he's a number 8, really, isn't he?
But
Nico G, that's what he said.
A number 8. You've just bought a number 8 to take his spot there, even.
But you can have 2 8s. That's fine.
So he's second spot behind everyone now.
Yeah, but if we only had Rodri, Reinders, Nico G, and Bernardo for the midfield places, and no Kovacic or Gundo, you don't think he would play a lot of more minutes than having both Gundo and Kovacic in the squad? You don't think that would impact his minutes a lot?
It depends what you want for the minutes. What do you class as good minutes? Because this is the thing, there's a footballer want to play not Southampton now, Burnley away, or do they want to play Real Madrid? So Nico G's head, he wants to play Real Madrid. He wants to play PSG, Arsenal.
Yeah, but I think in City, it's all about how are you performing on the pitch. And if he's performing on the pitch and getting a lot of minutes, and it might be against the lower teams or whatever, but getting way more minutes than if Gundo and Kovacic was here, he could play himself into starting with Rodri, because Reinders isn't like a world beater, like this superstar who's just he should always start. No, I think as well, Martin. I'm just saying that there will be times and periods where Reinders will not be as good as he can, have a down period, and Nico might be have a good period. You know what I mean? So they would share the minutes, because it wouldn't always be Reinders no matter what. It would be who's performing the best. And sometimes it would be Nico G. And Nico G is younger, so he might develop more. Who knows? I just think I just want him to play, man. I just want him to play. I believe a lot in Nico.
If you play side, someone else doesn't.
Yeah, but like 60 minutes. Yeah, exactly. I want him to play ahead of Gundo and Kovacic.
Right, but what if it's not Gundo and Kovacic?
What
if he's got Reinders? What if you do Rodri? So we're playing, for example, Arsenal away tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rodri's fit, he's your 6.
Yeah.
He's going to play Reinders, he's going to play Foden. Nico G's still on the bench, even whether it's...
Yeah, but the point is, Nico G should be first backup.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. But you still made him the backup. And in Nico G's head, he knows he's the backup.
Yeah, if he knows that he's the first man to step in line, if Reinders or Rodri's not available, that's chill. If he's seeing Kovacic walk on, a 30-year-old Kovacic walk on, and he's sat there and he's just not... That's the point. He only got...
So your argument for Nico Riley then? So Nico Riley's still third, fourth choice.
Well, yeah, but I think the point is Nico Riley then could start some Carabao Cup games. He'd also be sharing a position at left back as well. So that's chill, because he's getting left back minutes. I would prefer it if he was behind Nico Gonzalez as a backup option. He's going to be behind Nico, who's already behind Kovacic, who's already behind fucking Tijani Reinders. It's not too bad for Nico Riley, because he can share the left back position. Nico Gonzalez is not going to share the left back position, is he? He's not going to share. He's only got one or the 2 positions in midfield. It's all right for Nico. Nico can play left back when Aït-Nouri's not available. Nico Gonzalez doesn't have that luxury to be able to play somewhere else on the pitch. He's a midfielder, and that's it. I don't know. It's just I just want to see Nico Gonzalez get some minutes. He's a £50 million player. I think he looks pretty decent. I'm not saying he's amazing, but I think he's part of the club's future.
But that's why I disagree. I think he got minutes. You don't start 11 out of 14 games.
But now it's going to get even harder, because you said it yourself. Tijani Reinders has now come to the football club. So he got 900 minutes.
Yeah, don't buy Reinders then. This is what I'm saying. We've got to stop doing this new toy syndrome then. We've got to stop this new toy syndrome.
We're not getting rid of the older toys.
We thought we would get rid of the players we're mentioning, like Gundo, Kevin, Bernardo, Kovacic, at least most of them. And
But
as of now, we
buy a side. No one's been.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I understand, but you said the new toy thing.
Mhm.
Well, we thought it was in for rebuild, and these unks or whatever what people want to call them was going out of the door. But now it turns out they're not. They're not going out of the door.
I think that was a fan thing. So said this last night, man. I think that was a fan wish more than a club thing. The club never once came out and said. In fact, Pep Guardiola told everyone 3 months ago, and I quote, Stones and Gundo are going to be here next season, and no one wanted to listen to him.
Well, he did also say that a lot of people want to stay, but they have to adjust to not play.
Yeah, and that's where I think some will get left out.
Saeed has no shame.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Oh yeah, fuck it. I've been telling you for the last fucking year that you guys should sign Baleba, man. So if that happens, it's a madness. We'll see, man. Unless we've got this all wrong, and Kovacic is going to stay, but Kovacic is going to be the 5th choice. Maybe Kovacic has been told we want you to stay, but you're going to be behind Nico Gonzalez, Reinders, Rodri, and Bernardo. I just don't think that's going to happen. Smash the likes up if you've not done so. Have you heard anything on Grealish, Martin? Before we wrap it up,
He's likely to. I think the Grealish thing the Grealish to Everton thing will happen. I think it'll be a late one though. I've always predicted it'll be a late one. I think it'll be. I think the wages are going to cause a couple of weeks discussion. I think they'll to and fro over the wages, and then about the end of August they'll end up at Everton. Because and the thing was Grealish yesterday. My God, you'd think Tom Cruise was in the building the way they were all over him yesterday. They were loving Grealish yesterday, and it wasn't an English thing. I've heard all this. Oh, the English fans love Grealish. I met a lovely couple from India, lovely couple from Philadelphia. They were big Grealish fans. Everyone was a Grealish lover yesterday. He had the longest line on autographs, everything, photos, a lot. They were loving it.
I think he's still a fan favorite. I don't think that has ever been in question.
I love the geezer. I just don't
think
he should play for the club anymore. But I love the guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and I think it's a great move. New stadium, new fan base. Yeah. And I think he'll fit right in at Everton. And he doesn't have to move. Because that's one big thing is his partner doesn't want to leave Cheshire. So I think
is that between Liverpool and Manchester?
Yeah, it's about 30 odd minutes, 40 minutes drive. I don't.
Okay.
Not long.
That.
Basically, you don't have to move house. How much do you reckon we're going to have to pay? Because I reckon if we pay, you reckon Everton to pay 150k a week?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But I don't think we'll charge him a loan fee.
Oh no, there'll be no loan fee. I think we'll have to pay a lot, but I think we just have to suck it up and just deal with it. Like, it is what it is. Like. Yeah,
and I think McAtee will leave. I think don't think Calvin Phillips will even get registered. They're not even giving him a squad number.
What's happening with Calvin Phillips?
He's injured at the minute. There was a sniffer Birmingham. We're looking at him, but basically,
is it a serious injury, Martin? Is it a serious injury? When is he back? When is he fit?
No, it was a very quiet injury. It was one of them, he's injured, but it doesn't get publicized.
So it might not be fit before the end of the window.
Potentially, he got injured at Ipswich, I believe. Was it at the back end of Ipswich? So he's not got a shirt number though. He's not going to be registered. McAtee, like I said, Grealish will go. I think Ortega will leave because Ortega went straight down. Because when they split, to that final game yesterday, Edison and Trafford went as the 2 goalies, and Ortega went down the tunnel. And
that's pretty chilling.
Yeah. By the way, Trafford is huge. Wait till you see Trafford.
Tell me about Echeverry, man. Was he cooking on gas?
It was all right.
All right. Go on, bro. Tell me he was mega.
Tell me he's mega. He'll be on loan somewhere soon.
He's mega, man.
Replacement number 13, Mario Echeverry.
Did you have a little sign going at the thing? We love you,
Echeverry. Can I have your shirt?
I'll tell you what, there was this young girl, she must be about 6, 7, and she was Norwegian top on, and she was screaming for Haaland, and Haaland went over and just she was nearly crying when Haaland went over.
That's
I
nice.
felt it really warmed my heart watching that. No, but the thing is, I want to keep Echeverri. I don't want to sell him to Roma. I don't want him to Roma because I don't want to buy back. I want to do with Echeverri what we've done with Victor Hayes.
I don't
But
even
who's
think
going to Lyon?
Bro,
Who's
people
going
was
to
losing
Lyon?
shit on that Echeverri thing. It wasn't even that bad. If you actually read what it said we was going to sell him, we was going to sell him for 33 million euros, Echeverri. And then if we had a buyback at 40 million euros, which is about what's 7 million? That's about 5 million quid. Why are people losing this shit? Like, I'm the biggest Echeverri fan there is, but I don't get why people are losing the shit.
I don't want to sell him.
People just lose the shit for no reason.
No, I don't want to sell him. Yeah, because people just losing it for losing its sake at the moment.
But you loan him. If he turns out to be crap, you've just pocketed 33 million euros. If he turns out to be mint, you pay 5 million, get him back, and then he's mint. I don't know, man. I'm the biggest Echeverri fan out there. I just don't really understand why people was losing the shit at that, to be honest.
Oscar Bob was cooking on gas yesterday. Absolutely cooking.
Come on. Stay.
Yeah, we're done. What a goal! What a goal!
What a goal! Colo Torre, he's so funny, man. Big up Colo, innit?
But
Nah,
Martin, do you know who's going to Lyon? If you don't want Echeverri to go to Roma, who's going to Lyon? Didn't we have an agreement with them that one player should go on loan?
No idea. I don't even know. It wouldn't surprise me if that's not even for this summer. Do you know, like one of them mysterious? Remember, we were meant to be playing RB Leipzig in a friendly as part of the Guardiola deal.
I remember that. Yeah.
2 years later, we're still not even. Remember, I'm still waiting for the David Silva Aguero testimonial that was happening like 6 years ago.
Oh, what about this geezer as well? The next
I think it might be him.
To Lyon, maybe.
Potentially.
Damn, that's big.
I think Leon's. I know they're okay now, but I think Leon's financial situation might have scuppered some of that into. Because the thing was, if we're going to loan, are we going to pay all the wages? Was the plan for Leon to pay some wages? I don't know.
But neither Nupen or Echeverri is on high wages.
Nah.
Echeverri seems to want to go where he wants to go more than where we're sort of trying to push him into the road. He's basically trying to tell us where he wants to go at the moment.
But isn't it because he wants to play in Europe? He wants to play in the Champions League.
And I'd like him to play. I'd like him to play
European Champions League.
I'm not sure he gets in the Roma team. Who's that? I was going to ask, who's that Argentinian kid in the Roma midfield? Who's fighting him out with the Argentinian squad? Danny told me about him yesterday, and I couldn't remember his name.
I have no idea.
See the chat now. There's some Argentinian kid apparently. Soul, that's it. He's going to get in ahead of him.
Who?
Soul.
Oh yeah, didn't he go from Juventus or something?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if he's going to end up I want him to go to a club where he's going to play. I don't want him to go to a club where he's going to exchange one bench for another bench.
Send him to the Premier League and then he can dunk on everyone and everyone can realise actually he's fucking mega.
Roma plays Europa League, so I guess.
Yeah, but the trouble is that Soul he's the guy in the Roma midfield at the minute who's also trying to fight him out to get into the Argentinian squad.
Apparently, this geezer's saying Athletic said City want a Premier League loan for Echeverri.
Yeah, cool. City wants to control it. City wants to control where he goes.
Send him Everton, man. In fact, don't
send everyone there.
Don't send him Everton. That's a terrible idea. We need to send him to a team that has the ball, that has possession.
Exactly. So that's where the Brighton would come into the play, and you've got to. I think that's why City want to be part of it because then. Not control the narrative, but the idea of Echeverri going on loan is to develop him. Develop him for us, not develop him for the team he's going on loan to.
Mm-hmm. So give me one team in the Premier League where you would want Echeverri to go to.
Well, I'd like probably Brighton. I'd even wouldn't mind better Newcastle. I think Newcastle would be
would he start? Would he get the minutes needed in those teams? Also, if you're saying he couldn't beat Seoul in Roma, is he getting ahead of their players in that role?
Brighton, I don't see that's the problem with the Premier League problem, unless you go lower down. And then
I
when
don't-
you're going lower
I
down,
tell you where you could send him. Yeah, you could send him at Villa. I think Villa you
in
could
their
send him. Yeah.
midfield.
I think he gets a fair crack at the whip, and he's in European competition. The thing is, the differences with Newcastle and Villa is, Villa have got like these mad PSR problems apparently, right? Whereas Newcastle ain't gonna take a loan player for us, develop them unless they've got some buy obligation. Whereas I think Villa, because they've got some problems with money, they potentially would take him on loan. That's not the worst shout in the world. Other than that, Fulham, I tell you what, Fulham would be a great team to send him to.
Fulham is not a bad shout, LB.
Marco Silva, he is a top manager.
Well, West Ham?
No.
Don't
I'll tell you what now, Fulham, I think Fulham's the one, man.
Fulham is a good shout. I like that.
Marco Silva's a top manager. He plays attacking football. I reckon he cooked down there at Craven Cottage, man. Other than that, I'm not really seeing too much. I reckon Villa or Fulham would be the best options. I don't really know much about Leeds or like the promoted teams, how they play, to be honest. I can't really say. But I think Fulham's the one. I think Fulham would be a great shout.
I think you nailed it there, LB. Fulham is a very good shout.
Yeah. Right, we need to wrap it up anyway because I got to go and watch this Juma Bar game. We'll be on the second channel, or you can watch Martin, Graham Bay.
What about Bournemouth? What about Bournemouth?
Bournemouth's a shout as well. Yeah. I still think Fulham's the one though. I think Fulham's a great shout, man. They're not in Europe, which is a bit of an L, but it don't matter if you're playing week in, week out for an attacking manager, they'll score goals. I think that'd be honestly, man, I've convinced myself already. Let's have a look at some of these chats, man, before we wrap it up. Big up Jay says the coaches sound and look much better this year. That's a good vibe, Martin. Did you notice that yesterday with Linders and Colo?
Yeah, they were the camaraderie and the atmosphere was very, very different. Colo, Linders, French, and Pep, really good vibe with all of them. Everyone was smiling. Everyone was talking about winning. It was a real good. Even Pep talked about it at the end. Bernardo at the start, Pep at the end. We've learned from last season. This is why I don't panic, because I know they've learned. I can see it in the body language they've learned.
I saw a tweet, Martin. I know I need to touch grass, but I saw that Pep. Is it true that Pep has taken a step back and is like giving Pep Linders more reign to like coach? Because are they having a lot of influence on the players and do a lot of the coaching instead of Pep?
Yeah,
I think that is very big. I think that's very big.
Basically, you remember when we had Arteta and it was like good cop, bad cop? I think Pep's going to take the role as a bit of a bad cop.
Wait, which Pep?
Pep Guardiola will take the bad cop sort of role this time. And I think the coaches will take the good cop. So the players are a bit like, we can go to this guy. We can trust him.
Colo is that guy.
A bit like, remember how Arteta was with the squad? How they all trusted Arteta and they all felt they could go and speak to him and everything else. It was a real good atmosphere. And there was a lot of positivity. There was a lot of moving the ball a lot quicker. And this is why I've said people think I'm crazy. I think we'll win the league, and I think we'll win 2 trophies this year. Because I don't care what Liverpool can have the best 11 on paper all day long. City's squad is better and deeper than Liverpool's. Liverpool got 2 injuries, they're done.
What about if we get rid of Rodri, bro?
Well, City have got 30 players.
No, I love
Liverpool have got 3 centre-backs, that's it.
Yeah, but they'll buy before the end of the window, Martin. They'll buy before the end of the window.
They are taking mad risks, though, if they don't sign another centre-back, and we'll give Martin that. If they don't sign another centre-back before the end of the window, they're taking a huge gamble. So, yeah, facts.
I'm sorry. I look at our defenders and I'm like, deep. They might think, but I'm sorry. Liverpool's, who are they going to bring on? Bloody Harvey Elliott?
Well, he's leaving. Apparently, he's leaving.
There you go, then.
He's going. Where's he going? Did he go in? I think he might be.
Do you think Szoboszlai's going to be happy sat on the bench for much? Do you think he's going to be loving it? He's sat on a bench.
What
But
knows?
they
This
play
is the
so
thing with
many
some of these
games, bro.
Liverpool players.
But we've seen that before. It's possible. It's possible to make it work. Like it's possible to give players
Like,
enough minutes, and if they in a season or two like complain or don't want it anymore, then they can leave and you get another player. We've done it. Why shouldn't Liverpool be able to do it?
No, yeah. I will stick to, I think City have got a deeper squad.
No,
Yeah,
I
I-
agree on that. I agree on
And
that.
the other thing,
I agree on
is size and LB. And I'd rather have an angry Pep than Arne Slot. Sorry. One bad season does not define a career.
No,
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 100%. 100%.
no, of course
100%,
not.
bro. Defo.
No, but
I'm telling you, right Pep and write this team off at your peril.
yeah. I agree. No, I agree.
And I love being the underdogs. I'm loving all the rivals writing us off at the minute. Enjoy it. Write us off.
Yeah, and also remember the pressure on Liverpool this season after winning the league and then splashing that amount of money. They're going to be in a new situation they've never been before, and Slot's going to be under massive pressure.
Yeah.
And we don't. And also last season they walked the league. Slot have never been in the as club in the where it's the last 15 games in the season. You need to win them, or else you lose the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how he will react there. So I think we'll be close.
We were the best team in England from January to May, points wise, goal scoring wise.
Yeah, but I think that's a bit dodgy because Liverpool didn't need to perform really.
I've always said I thought Liverpool were dodgy at the back all last season. Thought they
but they already won it, bro. I think
before then they could have been open like a can of beans.
No, I agree. I don't think Liverpool was anything special.
I think
Liverpool. I just think all the other teams was shit.
I think if City had challenged them last season properly, if we'd have had a fully fit squad and a couple of signings, I think we could have made them collapse quite easily.
No, I agree 100%. They got a cheap trophy, bro. I'm sorry, they did. All the other teams were shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right, we actually do need to wrap this up because me and Martin have both got other streams to go on. Bill Manavergy says Echeverry should go to Lyon. He can play in Europa League. Also, they have a void at camp position, and League One is very intense physicality. Or go to a champion. Nah, I'm not on the championship hype, bro. No way. No. I'm not on that one. Not on that at all. He wants to go to Lyon, cool. I'm not sending him to the championship.
LB's not watching Echeverry at Watford. Yeah,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing watch it. I'm not doing that, bro. Yeah. Big up Jay says the coaches and sound. Oh, I think I read that out before. Yeah, big up to you, bro. Big up to the bald genius. If Pep leaves at the end of the season, Nico G needs to play a lot in the Pep system to actually be a mini Rodri, to become a Rodri, says bald genius. I think he's basically saying there he needs to play a lot to become a better player, which I agree with. Yeah, that's what you meant. I agree with you. He needs to play to get better, like any player, really. Big up to Massam says seems like it's going to be a rebuild again. Messi says Massam. See, I think the rebuild's pretty much done, Ray. I just think you need to add on a couple more players, and then next year, I don't want to get into a situation where just because we're buying a couple of players every year, everyone's like it's a rebuild. It's not a rebuild. The rebuild is
everything becomes a rebuild.
Yeah, it's not. It's like next year we need to buy 3 players. That's not a rebuild. That's just buying 3 players. A rebuild is when you're getting rid of a lot, or you're making material big changes to your team. So I would say this year we have done a rebuild, yeah, because KDB's left. We're potentially going to get a new number 1 goalkeeper. We've got a new left back, yeah. I think it is going to be. And obviously we've got all the changes in the backroom staff. That for me that is the definition of a rebuild. But next year ain't a rebuild, yeah. Second City Saints calling you out, and Nobbins are happy clappers. Come on, Second City Saints. There's no need to call.
It's his opinion. They made it build out to like Mr. Opinion, just so they know I'm going nowhere. Oh yeah, I am. I'm going to Wolves away next week. Enjoy.
I'm coming for the Tottenham game, Martin. If you want to say hello.
Yeah. No, we're going to have a night out.
First, cool. I big up Denton, man, for the super sticker. Right, lads, there you go. If you want more City news, go over to Martin's channel. We've got Graham Bailey on. But I'll redirect you to the second channel. We're going to be watching Juma Bar. Game kicks off in 3 minutes. Nice versus Benfica in a Champions League qualification game. So if you want to watch Juma Bar, get your dodgy sticks out. It's on Sport TV in Portugal. But yeah, big up to Ty. Good to see you, bro. I've not fucking spoke to you in ages as well, man. So big up for jumping on. Big up to Martin, who's seemingly jumping on every stream I'm doing at the moment, which is great because he's fucking mint. Make sure you guys subscribe to Mike Union.
I'm annoying you mutants. I'm annoying you mutants.
Hey, you
Can we talk about Steve's comment to me?
What's Steve's comment to you? Cheers, Si. Now I know what game to avoid.
Brother, why are you being like this? Just because you can't handle your liquor? Yeah, you puke in the corner. Come on, man.
Nah, Steve's getting cooked in these last couple of days, man. I can't lie.
Yeah, I saw that
yesterday,
geezer.
LB. He messaged me. I'm on my way down, and he dropped out. He dropped out at the last minute.
I know, mad. Right, we'll leave you with this. Big up Steve with a final boss. Let's go.